Hey, what's up guys, Kurt Anderson here with another tutorial. Today we're going to be coloring color correction and coloring grading. First off, we're going to cover what the difference is between them. Color correction is if you have two footages and you want them to look the same. Let's say one has orange and one has blue. You'd want them to both look the same if they're in the same room, right? Otherwise it just looks kind of weird. So what you do is you change the values of each so they look different. Another one is color grading. Color grading is adding that cinematic look that makes it stand out from the other videos. It makes you go from a average video to a really good video if you do it right. Today I'm going to be focusing on color grading. Color correction, Quarter Digital has a good tutorial on that. I'll post a link right around here that you can click on if you were looking for color correction. If you're looking for color grading, I'll show you that. Okay, first off, we're going to go to the effect that After Effects has, which is built in. I like to use it. It's called Color Finesse. SA Color Finesse 3. Take it. We're going to drag it onto our clip. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to click Full Interface. It's going to start up. Remember, this does not work on the trial version of After Effects. You have to have the full version of After Effects for it to work. Alright, it's going to open up, and you're going to have your video over here in the top right, some color stuff over here. I don't really know what most of it means. I'm guessing that's the color ranges, your skin tones around over here, I believe. This is all the colors. This is your brightness, and that's something I don't know. Anyway, we're going to come down here. Now, color grading, there isn't really a tutorial on how to do it. There's a lot of different very specific tutorials how to make like a green one or maybe a war one or stuff. You just have to experiment, and as you experiment, your color correction stuff gets better over time. Let's say we wanted to make a war movie. What we do is this is what I typically do. I'd take the saturation, I'd lower it down just so it's not gray but it's desaturated. Then I'd probably take the contrast, make it go up. And a lot of war movies have a little bit of a blue tint to it, so you could take like the reds, tint them down just a little bit. And then that basically makes that. See how it changes? Like if we go back over to here, gives it that sort of war, maybe Bourne sort of style to it. As you can see, I mean, it makes it look pretty cool. Another something to do, if you come in here, you can reset this. And then I like to do this sometimes. If you don't really know where to start, what I'd do is I would take the vibrance, make it go up just a little bit. It'll add some color to the shot. And then adding just a little bit of contrast is always good. And then just lower the brightness just slightly. This is just a basic thing that can really just set an average video and just make it go up. It's more of a color correcting technique, but I like to use it if I really can't think of a good idea. Now there's a lot more stuff you can do with color correction. I only know the basics of it, but I know how to make the videos look way better. Let me explain some tools. Curves is so you can adjust the brightness, darkness of each one of the primary colors. Red, green, blue. Levels is how you can do it on a different scale, like so. And then your main one, this is the highlights. The highlights are all the bright stuff. The midtones are basically, you know, the stuff in between the shadows, which are the very dark things, and the highlights. The midtones is the majority of your shot. So whatever you do to this, you do to a lot of the shot. But let's say the highlights were too red. Like if you saw this was reflecting too red, you could lower the redness or something like that. Okay. Once we have a sort of a tint that we like, this is just a small basic one, we can do another thing, and that's adding a vignette. To add a vignette, you go to Layer, New, Solid. Create a black solid. Make sure it's completely black. Make it comp size too. Go up here to the masking tool, double click it, then go down here and hit Subtract instead of Add. And now we're going to take this, we're going to lower its opacity, and we're going to feather it. Then it's still a little bright. Feather it back just a little bit. You're going to need to do a little editing to make it look how you want it to look. And then that's going to add another thing. It adds a vignette. It focuses the shot inward. So you're looking at your talent and your actors instead of the edges. It can help defocus, like this little arrow over here where the kids were. Couldn't get them to leave. But this little arrow over here, it'll help them focus only on the gun, and nobody will even see that. The majority of people won't. Another thing you could do is if it's an action movie, I like to add a letterbox. The way to do this is you click Layer, New Solid, another black solid, and you go down over to here. You're going to click here, go to the proportional grid, and then go to your rectangular tool, click at one edge, and drag it over to this edge. Subtract. And then I always think the typical letterbox is way too condensing. So what I do is I take the mass expansion, subtract it out just a little bit, and you can control how much you want each side to go. Like let's say about there. Turn your proportional grid off. And then now you have an action shot ready for the movies. Now what we did here, now look at the difference between this main shot right here. If we just removed everything we added, remove the letterbox, this, and then if we go down to here and the color correction, remove the color correction. It takes it from just a basic shot and makes it a very cinematic and very thrilling shot. You can use this to your videos and it'll make them just one step better. Thanks for listening. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any advice or any advice on future tutorials, remember to send me either in my inbox or you can just put a comment below and I'll respond. I respond to most. So yes, thank you. And remember to subscribe to my main channel if you want to see some action stuff, and this channel if you want to see like tutorials or anything like that. Tutorials behind the scenes, or just subscribe to both. I'd prefer that. Kurt Anderson, signing off.